Hey guys, what's up, how's it going? It's Robin here. Welcome back for another video on the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a step-by-step full tutorial and walkthrough of Wealthsimple Trade. And as you guys know, this channel is all about dividend investing and investing for Canadians. This channel and content is focused around Canadian-based investing. So if you guys want to make passive income and you guys want to make money while you sleep, be sure to subscribe to the channel and do me a big favor and like the video if you enjoyed it. And if you guys watched my channel before, you know I do a lot of content in regards to talking about Wealthsimple Trade, mostly because it's the main platform I use to buy and sell and trade stocks. So in today's video, I'm going to do a complete tutorial from completely a beginner focused tutorial, as if you're just starting with using Wealthsimple Trade from the complete beginning all the way to the finished or to the end, so that you guys can get a good understanding of how the platform works. And like I just mentioned, if you guys are a beginner and you're just getting started, this video is going to be perfect for you. And if you guys are brand new and you haven't yet signed up for a Wealthsimple Trade account, be sure to check the links in the description of this video. There's a link where you guys can get 2 free stocks if you guys sign up to Wealthsimple Trade. So be sure to check that out if you are just getting started. All right, let's jump inside the portfolio. Let's jump inside the Wealthsimple Trade app and let's take a peek and let's start diving into how to use and how to buy your very first stock using Wealthsimple Trade. Alright guys, what's up, how's it going? We're inside the Wealthsimple Trade app here. So I'm going to be capturing this video with my webcam. So the video isn't going to be as good as it usually is, but hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. And I have the mobile version of the app pulled up here. And I just want to mention really quickly, there is a desktop version and a mobile version of Wealthsimple Trade. For this video, I'm going to be using the mobile version just because it's probably the one that most people are going to use. But there is a desktop version, which I'll show you guys on the screen here, that you guys can check out as well, which I also use a lot in my videos as well. And this kind of leads into my next point. What I'm going to talk about in today's video is that I really like the ease of the Wealthsimple Trade app, and it's probably the reason why I got started with investing. I started investing about 2 years ago on this platform in the early of 2020, and if it wasn't for an app like Wealthsimple Trade that just makes things really simple and easy for me to use, I probably wouldn't have did it. And that's one of the biggest things I like about it. I can just turn on the app. It takes me about a couple minutes every day whenever I want to buy stocks, and it's just like that. It's pretty simple, and that's the main reason why I like it. And I think it's really easy and kind of attractive for beginners because you don't got to do a lot of stuff. It's very easy to set up an account. It's really quick, and as you guys can see, the interface is really nice and simple to use. And if we scroll all the way down here, we can see the actual first stocks that I've actually bought on Wealthsimple Trade way back when I first started this account. You can ignore these 2 trades at the bottom here. These were mostly me when I just bought. I was kind of screwing around. This is when I was first learning about investing, so I'd ignore the ones in 2019. But in January 2020, you can see here these are the first stocks that I actually bought on Wealthsimple Trade, and a lot of these stocks I don't even hold anymore. So it's just very interesting to see. It took me a long time to scroll through here, but it was just really cool to, you guys can see all the different stocks I bought, and I've been using the platform quite a bit since then, every single week to go inside my portfolio and buy new stocks. So the first thing we're going to cover really quickly here is going to be the home page. I'll give you guys an update on the home page, and then I'll show you guys how to buy a stock. Probably the most simplest thing you could probably do on Wealthsimple Trade. So we have the home page, we have our dashboard up here. This is the page that you're going to get when you first log in, and this is going to show your balance up here. So we have $103,000, $206 Canadian, and this little arrow here, this green little up arrow, shows us if our portfolio is up in the positive, or if it's in the negative, it'll be a red arrow that's pointing downwards. You can see our portfolios all together, because this is all our portfolios in Wealthsimple Trade, is currently up $16 or about $17,000. Obviously that's over the course of about 2.5 years or so by now, and they do have their notification box here, so if there's anything that the app is doing, there's anything delays or anything that's not showed, like if there's errors or anything like that, they'll usually show them up here. Typically speaking, the app is pretty good, but there is some stuff that constantly is changing, and sometimes, you know, things happen, so just important to keep in mind there and to keep an eye out for that. They also have news and updates that they post in here as well. Here we have my portfolio, which is sorted by the biggest movers. So this is showing over the past day or so how my stocks are moving, and if you guys have been kind of paying attention to the market over the past couple months or so, we're in a bit of a downturn. So you see everything is pretty red here, more or less. I don't think there's any green. Well, we have a little bit of green here at the bottom here, but this just shows you over the past 24 hours, or since this morning, since the stock market just opened, what our stocks are doing here. So we have a couple of green ones at the bottom, but most of it is red here. Just everything's kind of dipping recently. So I don't really pay attention to this because it's not really a big deal, but it's something you can watch if you guys like to watch your stocks on a regular basis. We can also click on this today's price thing, and we can go total value as well. So we can see the total value of the stocks over time, which is actually kind of cool here. So we can see, you know, how our stocks, our biggest stocks are moving or our lowest stocks are moving. So that's something you guys can check out as well. Going downwards more, we have our different accounts here. Now I have a lot of accounts on here because this is showing my old Wealthsimple Invest accounts as well as my Wealthsimple Trade accounts. So some of these I don't even use anymore. So the crypto account I'm not currently using. The personal account down at the bottom here I'm not really using. The RSP I'm not using. the TFSA high risk, conservative balance. These are all old accounts. Some of them I just kind of have like a little bit of cash sitting in them, like the RSP I haven't really invested into yet, which I'm kind of currently looking to do. So that one's not really a thing yet. But I am looking to build that out. But the two big things I have right now are the TFSA and the personal account. So this TFSA is one of the main accounts, up 6%, and then the personal account, which is up 1%. And you can just click on these and it'll go into the accounts and you can dive into them more if you guys want, which we will do in just a second. But the first thing I'm going to show you guys how to do is to buy a stock. So let's say I wanted to buy a stock inside my TFSA or whatever account I had. The simplest thing I would have to do is click on the TFSA here. It brings me to this next screen, which shows the actual account. So there's some information about the account inside here. We can see how the account has done over the past day, which would be this morning since the stock market just opened, and it's down -1% over the past day. Over the past week, the account is down -6%. Like I said, guys, we are in a bit of a downturn, so just kind of expect that to happen. Over the past month, we are down -7%, which is $7,000, so quite a bit of a dip inside of our TFSA. Over the past 3 months, we are currently down once again around that 7%. Over the past year, the portfolio is up about 1%, so there is growth over the past year. And then all time, the TFSA is up about $4,000, which is $6,000. So it's done pretty well. Even though we got a bit of a downturn, we still have some gains, so it's nothing to worry about. That's the value of investing into the stock market long term. And if you look at the history of the graph, you guys can see I've just been consistently investing into this TFSA. Around this time, which I think was about late 2021, I took my 2 TFSAs I had one in Wealthsimple Invest. It was up about $11,000, and I put it into the Wealthsimple Trade TFSA. So this is the reason why the growth on the main screen was really high, is because it's taken into account the old account I had on Wealthsimple Trade. So if you guys did the numbers, it might not match up. That's because I have an old account that's not really being accounted for, but it is accounting for the gains and whatnot. So just kind of keep that in mind. That number on the main screen is representing all your accounts that you've ever had on Wealthsimple. And it's also nice because then I can see how this account has grown actually, since it's counting more of the older account I had as well. So hopefully it's not too confusing for you guys, but just ask any questions if you guys have any questions about that. We can also scroll down here and see the different holdings inside of our TFSA. So these are the different holdings, and we can also click on each individual holding to see more information. So we can see the stock price, we can see how it's doing. We can click this update price, which will update the price that it's currently at. Just takes a couple seconds here and it will update it. We can also see the long-term returns of the stock as well. So over the last week, over the past month, and this is just the stock in general, not inside your portfolio. So just important to keep that in mind. We can also see the total amount of shares. So I clicked on AQN, which is Algonquin Pound Utilities. We have 95 shares in our total, which includes all of our accounts. You can see each individual account, so our personal account, our TFSA, the total value, the average price, the percentage of the account. You can also click on this one. So if I want to see what it is inside my TFSA, I can see just specifically from my TFSA, total value, average price, percentage of my portfolio, and then the total return. So that's something you guys can check out as well. And then going at the bottom here, we have some basic stats, which can be helpful. You can see different things like market cap, PE ratio, the dividend yield, different things like that, how it's opened, it's high, it's low, different things like that. Just be sure whenever you're checking any of these stats to double check them, because sometimes there are like delays, or there's like error reportings, or if a company announces a new change, sometimes it doesn't get updated right away. So just be sure when you guys are checking this stuff to always double check it online with more reliable sources, just to be sure, especially things like dividend yields and stuff like that, because sometimes they can be confusing, or if you have the wrong ticker or something, sometimes that can screw things up. So just be sure to double check. We also have this news box at the bottom where you can check out some different news about the stock. This is actually new. I didn't even know this was there. And you can also make price alerts for this stock as well if you guys want to get notifications of when it goes to a certain price. So that's something you can do. And lastly, if you guys want to buy the stock, it's pretty simple. So I'm going to show you guys how to start from scratch to buy a stock. So let's say I wanted to buy a stock inside my TFSA. All I'd have to do is go click this little discover button at the bottom. We go to discover. We can search for a name. So let's type in, I'm going to type in Google and go to Google, and this is going to pop up Google. Some stocks, it should pop up as a Google stock. Look like we'll have to type in the ticker. So sometimes if you have the ticker, so we could go Google, which is GOOG, which is a ticker for Google, and it says Alphabet. There's a Canadian hedged one. There's the actually Alphabet Inc., which is the main Google stock, and then we have the Class A shares. So once again, whenever you're buying stuff, just double check it to make sure you have the right one. But we can click on Google here. It'll take us to the actual stock here, and we can click this big buy button, and that'll buy the stock for us. We can select which portfolio we want. So we can go TFSA, personal account, RSP. We'll just go TFSA, and then you can go put how many shares you want. So let's say I want to do 1 share of Google. Keep in mind with some of these big stocks like Google, obviously it's cost about $2,000 USD. We don't have enough money to buy it. So if you had enough money, you would just put the stock in, you would buy it as a market buy. But if you guys don't have enough money, a cool feature they do have is a fractional buy. So it's automatically detected that I don't have enough money, so it's selected by default. But you could go market buy, you could go limit buy. Limit buy is basically saying if we want to buy only at $15, we can set it to only buy the stock at $15. If it goes up or below, we won't buy it. So that's something to, if you guys want to do, you can do that. Or you can just do market buy. It'll just go through whatever the current price is. Or fractional buy will be if you don't have enough money to buy the stock, it'll buy a fraction of that share. So in this case, we would be buying 0.0004 shares of 1 Google stock with the, I think it was $8 we had or so in our portfolio. So that's something you guys can do if you guys want to buy those more pricey or expensive stocks and you don't have enough money. And I think that's an amazing feature because it lets anybody who has any type of money to get started with investing, and I do like that. So that's a cool feature. But that's the basics of buying a stock. If you guys want to sell a stock, it's more or less the same thing. Go inside your portfolio. So we're inside our TFSA here, we can click on a stock. So let's say I want to sell ATD. We click on ATD and I could simply go sell, and we could sell the stock, and it's very simple, very straightforward, and it's pretty much more or less so the same process. We select the account we have, we go next, it'll take us to the next screen, we select how many shares we want, we go continue, and then it'll tell us a little bit of information about how the order works, and we go continue. I'm not going to go continue all the way because I actually don't want to sell the shares, but I just want to give you guys a quick little update on how to buy and sell stocks. And that's honestly, if you guys want to get a quick little rundown of the app and how to use it, that's really how you use it in a nutshell. Now, some of the other things important to note about Wealthsimple Trade app, or there are some other things. We can go to move. So this move little tab here will allow us to transfer funds between different accounts. We can add funds into our portfolio. We can withdraw funds. We can transfer funds. We can manage bank accounts. We can manage auto deposits. So we can automatically deposit money into our Wealthsimple Trade account. We can move money between our accounts. We can transfer from an investment account with a different institution. That's a cool feature they have. You can also transfer from Wealthsimple Invest, and I did do this before. With my old portfolio, I transferred my old TFSA from Wealthsimple Invest into Wealthsimple Trade. At the time, I had to sell my stocks, and they transferred the money in directly from a TFSA to TFSA transfer, so it didn't count as a contribution. So if you're doing anything complicated like that, just be sure to message them. Get in contact with support. I got in contact with support, and they did everything pretty effortlessly on my part. So that's something you guys might want to do. We can also go to the crypto side and check out the crypto accounts. I haven't done anything with the crypto accounts other than just do some really basic messing around. Might be something I do in the future, but that's also something you guys can do since the crypto account and Wealthsimple Trade are kind of using the same app. And we can also go to the more tab if you want to see some different things. You can update your subscription service. We can upgrade for no fees on US trades, unlimited price alerts, and different things. So you guys can click that. If you guys want to update for $10 a month, you get USD accounts and whatnot. So if you do a lot of trades for US stocks, might be something you want to do. I personally don't buy a lot of US stocks, so I don't do a lot of conversions and whatnot. So the extra $10 a month doesn't really benefit me. But honestly, at the end of the day, it's pretty cheap anyway. So once again, up to you guys to decide if you want to use that. You don't have to. Wealthsimple Trade is 100% free to use. Keep that in mind. It's just there is different options if you guys want to upgrade, and you do have to pay conversion fees, which is something that if you're ever converting money, between Canadian to US stocks, you'll be paid a conversion fee. But as long as you're just buying Canadian stocks or stocks in Canadian dollars, there is no fees or nothing like that. So just keep that in mind. You can also look on their website if you guys want to just kind of double check things to be sure. We can go to activity tab. We can see the different activity and whatnot inside of portfolio. This looks pretty messy because obviously it's not filtered. So they have this nice little filter option. We can filter by account. I'm just going to select all because it's kind of easier that way. But we can look at our buys, our sell, our deposits, our withdrawals. Let's do our dividends because that's kind of a cool thing to see. So I like to filter by dividends, and we can see all the recent dividend payments that I got from my account. Pretty simple stuff, but this is a cool thing I like to see. So if we go all over time, you can see how this money has basically, Wealthsimple Trade has basically been paying me cash or dividends, if you will, for the stocks I hold. And it's got this cool little tab. And all the dividends do get deposited inside your account, so you can use the money inside your account to buy more stocks. It's pretty simple like that. So that's the activity tab. We have the accounts tab where we can see our different accounts and whatnot, our personal or different things like that. You can make new accounts, you can delete them, etc. We have our profile with our personal information. I'm not going to go through just because I don't want to show my personal information. We have the subscription tab where we can upgrade our subscription like I mentioned earlier. Support tab, we can go and talk about to the company if you want to email them, chat with them. I've used Wealthsimple Trade support quite a few times, and they've been pretty good. Every single time they've been pretty helpful. They're pretty quick as well. I've gotten responses within like a day or two. And I've actually even emailed them about certain things. Like earlier this year when I did my taxes, I had to calculate all my referrals. So I sent them an email to see if they could, on the back end, kind of give me an idea on what the total of my referrals were. And they were nice and they were helpful and they did everything for me. So it was really nice stuff. I'm really happy with support. I've never had a big issue with them. So if you guys have any questions or if you're stuck with anything, send them an email because they're really helpful. And they will also do things that you don't see within the app. So also keep that in mind. So if you have any questions or you're not sure, it doesn't hurt to ask, right? And then we have the rewards tab where you guys can invite friends and earn stocks. I'm going to bring this up because I want to show you guys how much this has actually been really beneficial for me. So over the past 2 years, I've been investing with Wealthsimple Trade, and I've been recommending the app and using it to build my portfolio on my channel. And I basically have a link in the description of this video where you guys can sign up and you guys get 2 free stocks. And every person who signs up gets 2 free stocks and I get 1 stock. So I haven't really shown this for a long time, but keep in mind this is over the course of 2.5 years, almost 3 years now. So obviously this number is pretty big, and it is pretty big, but it's also spread out over 3 years. So it's decent and it's good, but it's not, you know, this isn't like 1 year thing. This isn't a couple months. This is over 3 years. So just kind of keep that in mind. But at the end of the day, I'm super thankful for everybody who uses my links. I do benefit, and we can also look at all the money and all the income that everybody else has earned as well. So all these different people, I just want to thank you guys so much for using my link and signing up. There's just so many people, and we've all benefited from the different stocks and the different rewards that we've gotten, and it's been super cool. So hopefully, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's helped me with that, and it's definitely been a big support and keeps me going on this channel. So once again, guys, that's it for today's video. Big thank you to everybody who supports the channel. Big thank you for you guys who take the time to watch the videos and leave the comments. I love seeing what you guys have to say, and it's just amazing that we built this nice little Canadian-based investing community here on this YouTube channel. So thank you guys. You guys keep me going, and this is the reason why I keep uploading content and keep doing these videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to kind of be notified when I do these videos. Anyways, guys, take care. Hope you have yourself a good weekend. I'll see you guys later, and bye-bye.